1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3.
So a big gain there on 1st and 10. Ravenwood. Femi Babalola hits Cy Longley over the middle at the 50. Longley runs it down to about the 11-yard line where the Raptors will take over. It's 1st and goal. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 6. Handoff is to Pace up the middle. Touchdown, Raptors. Mims back to punt. Whoa, very, very high snap. And it's blocked. Jalen Pollard, I believe, blocked it, and it's picked up in the end zone by the Raptors. Touchdown, Raptors. Jalen Pollard, I believe, was the one who blocked the punt, and it was number 1, Jaden Smitherman, with the touchdown for your Ravenwood Raptors to make the score 12-0. Welcome in, everybody, to Ravenwood Raptors Football Weekly. I'm Paul Hickey with NoOffSeason.com. With me, as always, is your favorite varsity head football coach, Will Hester. How you doing today, sir?
I appreciate it that I'm people's favorites. Not everyone, I'm afraid, but a lot of people maybe.
Most everyone. Because, I mean, you guys are 5-0 now. How does it feel?
It feels good. I mean, it feels like where we're supposed to be, right? First game, super tough. We've had, the Blackman game in there, but we've had some games in there where we should have won, where we were a significant favorite, right? So now we got the distractions of homecoming and all the things and the fear of another tropical storm rolling in. And so we got to overcome that kind of adversity this week against an Independence team who is hungry for a victory.
Yeah, we're going to get into that in a second. Independence 0-5, Ravenwood 5-0. Will be at the Nest, as you call it, on Friday, September 27th for homecoming. But first, let's talk real quick about John Overton, the Bobcats. You guys went in there. They picked you, according to what you said last week. I'm just saying what you said last week. They picked Ravenwood, quote-unquote, picked to come in there for their homecoming, and it felt a lot like the Cane Ridge game to me. You guys were up 41-0 at halftime. Able to win the field position battle. I mean, Jalen Pollard, Jaden Smitherman getting in there on some rainbow snaps.
They know the punter intimately.
Yeah, they got to know the punter intimately due to the rainbow snaps. Not necessarily the punter's fault, but definitely Jalen and Jaden taking advantage of that, making some things happen on special teams, getting some touchdowns. Jalen Pollard also with a pick 6. Great to see Davis Dowland back on the field after a couple of weeks, and 2 touchdowns from Davis. Maverick Chance with his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. Femi Babalola, another great passing performance, although he did have 1 interception. A couple of things real quick that I noticed on the stat sheet. Limiting Overton to 61 total yards on offense, -5 net rushing yards. But also you guys, I mean, last week you talked about dead possessions needing to clean some things up. Curious to your take on the 7 penalties for 114 yards on your side of the ball. A lot of coachable moments, even in a 41-0 halftime lead and then a 48-0 win overall.
Yeah, I mean, a couple more dead possessions, right? We had a 4th down incompletion in the red area. We had 1 punt on the game, so, what we would call 2 dead possessions there that we could have taken advantage of. We also, actually 3, because we threw an interception right before the half in the 2-minute drill kind of time frame there. So definitely some things to work on, some penalty stuff, it was kind of ticky-tack stuff, some guys getting some of their first action, a little excited, jumping off sides and doing that kind of stuff. So definitely things that we can clean up in that area, but trying to eliminate the turnover and the dead possessions for sure.
Yeah, and Max Kimple kind of back in the stat sheet with another big performance like he had in week 1 at Alcoa. He had 3 catches for 62 yards and the 44-yard touchdown from Femi. Okay, so we were talking about Independence, 0-5, the Eagles. This week, this Friday, at Ravenwood, homecoming. Talk about the preparation 5-0 Ravenwood Raptors coming up against the team, to use your words, hungry for a victory.
Yeah, I mean, so first time this year that we're going against a true option offense. Think Naval Academy or Air Force or Army when you think the option. I mean, so got to make us be super disciplined on defense. Everybody's got to know their responsibility. You got to play the opposite opportunity that they give it to the dive back. The quarterback keeps it. He could even pitch it, or he could throw the home run pass. So you got to take care of dive, quarterback pitch, and the threat of the home run on each and every play. You got to play assignment football. You can't get out of position. So, and then defensively, they're the Williamson County defense. Everybody kind of plays the same 3-4 defense, and we'll see that again this week as well. They're very good in the kicking game, so they've done some stuff from a fake punt perspective or whatever that we'll have to be prepared for. Dodging rain this week, right? We're filming this on Tuesday. Concerns for rain today and tomorrow. As far as preparation goes, this offense we've not seen all year, so we need to be out there. We need to get those reps. We need to be doing the things that we need to do to get prepared for that. Our defense has been playing great, expecting to do that again, but there's a method to the madness as far as preparation goes for this. Homecoming night, we tell the guys that the only thing that's for you for homecoming is that 48 minutes on the field, right? All the other stuff is kind of for the fans, everybody to get hyped up. We're also inducting a new crew into the Ravenwood Athletics Hall of Fame. One of those happens to be assistant coach Chris Rowland. So excited for that opportunity as well on Friday night. But in the end, it's a district game against a team who, quite frankly, gives us their best shot every time we play them. And we're going to have to be on our P's and Q's if we're going to be successful.
Absolutely. So getting into the district schedule, probably something a little bit different than playing the non-district opponents. Curious to how the defense gets to prep for the option this week. Is that a case where you would use Maverick at all, or Femi to be on the scout team to kind of give the defense a look at that option?
Yeah, yes and yes. It's all hands on deck. We'll use our best offensive people in order to get them prepared for that, and we kind of do that each and every week, but even more so this week with it being a little bit different. You know what I mean? So definitely kind of plays into Maverick and Femi's hands. They both like to run the football and throw the football, so they're very astute at giving us a good look when it comes to that.
That's outstanding. And your front seven is super deep. So I would think that running against the option, you're going to run into a lot of fatigue potentially, especially if the field's wet, things like that. So with the deep front seven and the very talented secondary, nice to, I would think that the Raptors would match up pretty well with that against the Independence Eagles. But it'll be fun to see on Friday night. So Coach Hester, quick correction I want to make for all of the Raptors fans out there. Won his 98th career game on Friday night at Overton, seeking number 99 this week against Independence. Coach, I know that that's not really what you're thinking about. You're thinking about prepping the guys, going 1-0 on the week. Talk about anything else you'd like to add for everybody out there, just kind of as we roll into this district schedule. This is my first go around, obviously, as the play-by-play announcer, first year doing the podcast with you. How different are the district opponents? You kind of alluded to it a minute ago with just sort of everybody knowing each other really well and kind of having a history together and running similar types of defenses and things like that. I got to believe that the Eagles are going to try to be up for this matchup, seeking their first win.
100%. I mean, they're super hungry. They're tired of being on the streak that they're on, right? They're trying to change things up and make a change. Coach Stidham does a wonderful job. Overton last week was our first district game, which is kind of an not normal district game, right? A couple of years ago, Centennial moved down, and we kind of had to rearrange, and so we got Overton in. But the stretch run from here on out are our normal district opponents, if you will. Add Oakland in there, and so we all have coached against each other for many, many years. Obviously a new coach at Franklin this year, but Donnie Webb's the defensive coordinator who's been the head coach in there forever, it seems like, and so we all know each other well. Everybody, there's not a whole lot of secrets out there. It's all about just lining up and trying to whip the person across across from you. And, it takes your best effort each and every Friday night. Anybody can beat anybody kind of when it gets down to these games. And so you want to be kind of hitting on all cylinders. And, you wonder, right, with us, some of these weeks we've only had to play 3 quarters, right? And so, where are we from a conditioning standpoint with those game reps and all that kind of stuff? And, you want to make sure that you're able to finish football games because you really haven't been in that situation in a few weeks.
Yeah, and I think, we talk about taking it 1 week at a time, going 1-0 each week, but we're kind of getting into a point in the schedule where things shift a little bit, right? We have a Thursday night game coming out of this homecoming game, and then we have a bye week, correct? So do you start to think about prep for, dealing with playing on Friday night, and then Thursday night, and then having a bye week? How does that kind of come into from you and your staff's perspective?
Yeah, we try to keep it the same. We will add that extra day next week by practicing on Sunday. We already bring the kids in on Sunday to watch film and lift, and now it'll turn into a practice day so that we keep our preparation routine exactly the same. Then we'll use the bye week to let them kind of get their legs back under them, and we'll practice a couple of times at the beginning of the bye week before we kind of let them have 5 or 6 days off, and just to make sure that we're hitting our fundamentals. It won't be necessarily pointed at preparation for any specific team. It'll be more about just doing what we need to do to get ready for the stretch run, and then we finish with the final 3 games of Franklin, Oakland, and Brentwood, and I think Franklin is won a couple of games here recently, one of which was a league game, so they're playing well, and we all know what Oakland and Brentwood bring to the table. So no hidden issues with the end of the schedule. We know it's going to be super tough, and the bye week comes at a good time to make sure we're healthy for that.
Definitely. We hope you can come join us this Friday night at Ravenwood, 7 p.m. Central Time, homecoming against the Independence Eagles. If you can't, though, you definitely can go to ravenwood.football and catch the broadcast. I'll be doing the play-by-play. Congrats to Chris Rowland for being inducted into the is it the Ravenwood Raptors Hall of Fame? Am I getting that correct?
Yeah, I think it's just like the Ravenwood Athletics Hall of Fame.
Ravenwood Athletics Hall of Fame. Congrats, Chris Rowland. And Coach Will Hester and the staff doing a great job this year. We look forward to keeping it rolling on Friday. Thanks again for joining us, Coach. I think you have one more thing that you'd like to say.
G2 Bar.
That's right, G2 Bar, everybody. Max Kimple, senior wide receiver to Femi Babalola's right. We've got Donovan Starr along with Cy Longley, Ben Hubbard in the game. Babalola shotgun has Kimple deep, and it's caught by Max Kimple. Touchdown, Raptors! Femi Babalola to Max Kimple on 3rd and 11. Great hookup there. Maverick Chance with the play action rollout. Faked it to Dowlin, rolled out to his left, had Kimple across the middle, and the Raptors are going to be in a hurry up here. 1st and goal from the 3. Chance takes it from the shotgun. Hands to Dowlin. Davis Dowlin. Touchdown, Raptors.